First alert continues as our winter storm path is now spanning across the interior, bringing over 8 inches of snow beginning tonight, lasting through Tuesday.
And Olympic gold for an Alaskan. We learn about an Anchorage man's contribution to men's hockey's biggest honor.
Teams are off and running on the Sue Dog 300 trail, but what is the Sue Dog 300? Well, we'll tell you all about it coming up.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Today, an Alaskan Olympian officially gets to call himself a gold medalist. Anchorage-born goalie Jeremy Swayman, along with Team USA men's hockey, defeated Canada 2-1 in overtime to seal their first gold medal in the sport since the 1980 Miracle on Ice. Swayman did not appear in the gold medal game, but recorded 18 saves on 21 shots in his only action of the tournament during a 6-3 win over Denmark. The win sealed a gold medal sweep for the U.S. men's and women's teams for the first time ever together. And first alert is not over yet. Heavy impacts made landfall in western Alaska to the North Slope last night, and today those impacts are reaching into the interior. Meteorologist Bailey Braun has the details on what's ahead this week.
Thank you, Michaela. Yeah, so about 8 inches were recorded into Nome today. So even more of that snow is heading into western Alaska and even reaching up into the North Slope in the overnight hours. However, for the interior, that's really what we're focusing on today. Now, as a result of this storm, we already know that peak wind gusts are a big impact. Gusts reached up to 37 miles per hour in Kotzebue today and even up to 66 miles per hour in Cape Lisburne. Now, mixed with this heavy snowfall, of course, that adds to reduced visibility, but this isn't the only area with strong winds. Down in southeast, we recorded some very high winds as well, even reaching up into the 70s, 70 miles per hour for areas into Juneau. Now, as we look ahead, like I mentioned, Fairbanks and the interior is really our big focus as we look ahead for tonight and even tomorrow as that heavy snow moves through the area. You can already see in the overnight hours, that's really when it begins to stretch, but the heaviest snow will move in by around lunchtime tomorrow and even stretch into the afternoon hours. Now, you may also notice down into southeast, snow is beginning to shift your way. It's been a minute since you've gotten some of that heavy snow, and now it is making its return to you in the overnight hours Monday, reaching into Tuesday. And of course, this storm is still a little bit out, so in terms of forecasting those snow totals, we're not quite sure just yet, but we'll keep you updated with those measurements as the storm begins to shift closer to southeast. But in terms of statewide impacts, we're looking ahead to Arctic air returning. Lots of cold air is making its way back down into south central and even southeast, but you can see that highlighted in dark blue as well as that white color. That's going to shift through by midweek this week, dropping temperatures between 10 to 20 degrees below normal. So it is going to get a bit frigid this week. It's important to bundle up. But in the meantime, temperatures are still staying relatively warm to start off the week. So Monday and Tuesday, expect temperatures near normal, but they will begin to drop and get much more frigid by midweek. Michaela?
A firefighter in Ketchikan was injured during the cleanup phase of a structure fire Friday. The Ketchikan Fire Department says the firefighter is doing well after getting an emergency dental procedure. The fire department says the fire Friday was the third of this year. It was on Miller Street. And a multi-million-dollar investment has started in the Fairbanks housing market. One local nonprofit is focusing on keeping current residents in homes they already have and creating opportunities for new units. Fairbanks Neighborhood Housing Services is leveraging $4 million throughout 2 distinct programs. The Fairbanks Vacant Lighted Home Improvement Program allows homeowners, builders, and developers to create new rental units. And the HUD Healthy Homes Program, which has an income limit, funds critical repairs for aging properties.
Anyone who's at 80% area median income, which right now I think for a single person is roughly 65,000, a family of 4 I think it's 90. So those are the income levels. If you income qualify, we then do a survey on the home, we prioritize the repairs, we hire the contractors, we supervise, and we take care of it.
Fairbanks Neighborhood Housing Services says 65 homes have already received money. And state historians are gathering at the Mountain View Library on Thursday to kick off a celebration of Alaska's rich history of sports. The event looks ahead to America 250 Alaska's Week of Dreams this summer, which aims to highlight Alaska's contributions to the nation through the lens of sports, particularly baseball. Guests at the Mountain View event will hear presentations and see exhibits on Alaska's history of baseball, which began on St. Paul Island with the Knock 'em Down and Skin 'em Club in 1868 and continues through today stronger than ever.
It's the American pastime, right? And baseball arrives with when people started to make their way up. The missionaries, the miners, the salmon canners, the railroad builders, the military, they brought with them baseball to literally pass the time. But what's so extraordinary is when baseball arrives, because Alaska is such a unique place, we really give it an Alaska flavor.
The event at Mountain View Library starts at 6 p.m. on Thursday and is free for all to attend. Plans for the Week of Dreams itself hasn't yet been locked in, but it will end on the 4th of July. When we come back, we're learning more about the Sue Dog 300 that we told you about yesterday. Hear from mushers hitting the trail.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
What's called the world's longest, toughest snowmobile race has a winner. As we broke the news in the late edition last night, Team 7, Tyler Alkestad and Nick Bolstad crossed the finish line in Fairbanks around 8:30 p.m. to win the 2026 running of the Iron Dog race. It's the duo's 4th win together in the last 6 years, breaking a tie for the most wins by any duo in the race's history. It was a dominant performance for the team, who both appreciate just how special it was.
In the snowmobile world, it's just iconic, and it's Nick and I have both been very lucky to have great success in it, and everyone's unique in its own way, and just we cherish all of them. This one's, like I said, this one's going to have many of its own stories, but it's amazing, and it's great to be here.
Team 5 of Thomas Davis and Zach Weish finished in second, while Team 10 of Chris Olds and Ryan Sotosanti rounded out the podium. And a new sled dog race has begun in Willow. Sports director Jordan Rodenberger brings us the sights and sounds from yesterday's start of the inaugural Sue Dog 300.
Willow is often referred to as the mushing capital of the world and is the official start of the Iditarod. But the community hasn't had a race to call its own the past 3 years until the inaugural Sue Dog 300, which saw 20 teams take off from here on Saturday.
We formerly had a race in the valley. It was called the Willow 300. It was a long-standing race, a very loved community race. So we formed the Sue Dog because we wanted to have an opportunity for an Iditarod qualifier, an opportunity to bring mushers together and to continue the tradition of having mushing here in the Northern Valley.
I was waiting by my computer, refreshing it every couple of seconds, waiting for sign-ups. It's exciting.
This year, we sold out in less than 4 minutes. We had 20 slots.
So it was one of those waiting right at 5 o'clock when the race opened so you could be the one to get the sign-ups. There was no doubt about it, we were going to do it.
We got father and daughter. This is Saison. His daughter is Espresso. He's 7 and she is 6. This is Espresso's sister. Her name's Kupak, which is the Inupiaq word for coffee. So Espresso and Kupak.
It's important, I think more races the merrier. It gets people involved, so I'm really excited for this one.
It's really good to see new races. I end up seeing a lot of new mushers as well. I think that's really important for the sport. I think having a lot of new mushers coming into the sport as well. I've seen a lot, and it's great. I think it's good.
The goal of the race is to be a community event that we all feel a part of, whether you're a musher or you have nothing to do with mushing. A big thank you to the community, and we're excited to hopefully be a race for many years to come.
Race organizers say they're expecting a Monday evening finish for the Sue Dog 300, but are really just hoping for happy trails over the next 300 miles. Jordan Rodenberger, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's News Source app.